I wanted to point something out with Allison's numbers. Right here, these are the figures that she was talking about, where the women have 13,000 and the men have 15,000. And this is the poverty level, 10,830. This here is the amount of money that a senior, the average senior, needs to get by in New York to be able to stay in the community. That's $25,000. So nobody, even if they're the average senior just getting their retirement, getting their Social Security, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, they are not going to make it. And that's why so many of the policies, like housing, food, health care, those are what will fill these gaps in order to make sure that a senior can stay in their, living in their community. So I found that this was a very, very powerful image, and I just wanted to point it out to you. So the next speaker that we have is a wonderful, he loves numbers and he loves statistics, and he goes throughout New York State and talks to seniors everywhere about what their situations are. And he is the executive director of New York Statewide Senior Action Council, Justin Cunningham.
Thank you, Maria. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. My name, of course, is Justin Cunningham, and I'm the Executive Director of Statewide Senior Action Council. I just wanted to give a little background into Statewide because everybody is here, and there's a long history behind our organization. Statewide is a grassroots senior advocacy organization founded in 1972 at the Glens Falls Senior Center at a meeting of advocates from across the state, a meeting just like this, in which people who were concerned about the healthcare needs of seniors and low-income persons really wanted to discuss what policy changes could be made across the state. Everyone across the state has their own individual issues in terms of some places have busing, some places have walkable neighborhoods, some places have programs that other places don't. At this meeting in 1972, all the advocates sat together and said, let's really speak with one unified voice, and let's really have a real dialogue aside from politics, aside from partisanship, on what the true needs for every senior in New York State is. And so that was the founding of New York Statewide Senior Action Council, before I was born. Early on in the 70s, the focus, we had offices in Rochester, Syracuse, and New York City, and that's where the input from across the state came through. Early on in the 70s, they advocated strongly for Social Security, energy protections, and healthcare. So it really kind of shows, after all this time, it's still the same type of issues that we're talking about. Social Security, healthcare, energy cost. So it's one of those things where the more things change, the more things kind of stay the same. Our members, being seniors, have seen the cycles over and over and over again. And so what they have dedicated themselves, most of them are retired, is to try to make changes, not only in their community, not only at the county and state level, but the federal level. And the ultimate goal of Statewide is to provide a unified, articulate voice in advocating for the rights and protections for all older New Yorkers, persons with disabilities, and vulnerable low-income persons of all generations. As you will hear later, our members are true advocates. They participate in rallies, call-ins, marches, sit-ins. Statewide members hopped on a bus and went to Canada to buy prescription drugs, to protest the cost of prescription drugs. Our members are real advocates, and you'll hear from one of our members later on. Through leadership training, local leadership training, and various educational processes outlining the legislative needs of seniors, Statewide Senior Action has made a very big impact in terms of the policy that deals with seniors here in New York State. In fact, the creation and expansion of such programs such as EPIC, HEAP, and the Patient's Bill of Rights wouldn't be possible without the efforts of Statewide and our members from Buffalo to Islip. The Elder Index is just the latest and one of the innovative ideas that our members have flocked to and have dedicated themselves into trying to make law and in trying to make policy. Again, not just for New York State, but on the national level as well.